everybody, and welcome to the Luck of Irish. I don't even know if that's what people say.
What? That is not
okay. I know. I don't know either. But welcome, everybody, to Virtual Happy Hour with Camp Squads. So we were just on Instagram a few minutes ago, really just updating and checking in with our community. And we realized the importance of coming here and checking in with you also. First, you're probably like, what the hell are they wearing? And she can't stop laughing. So, in cooperation with Zach's, they sent us this really cool getup for St. Patrick's Day, in addition to these insulated tumblers. Now, she's drinking with her rocks tumbler. I actually have the insulated wine tumbler. And I forgot that I have an insulated mug also.
That one is cool.
Yeah, me too, with the handle. So this is from Zach's. If you guys are looking for a great way to keep your St. Patrick's Day drinks chilled, check them out. They have lots of different colors, lots of different sizes. We'll actually, both of us on our Instagram pages, we'll take a picture of the tumblers that we received, and we'll let you guys get to see what it is. And we'll include in the picture also the goodies that they put in the box for us. The other thing is, we thought a great thing to do today would be to share with you guys our green inspired drinks. Now, when I posted this earlier and I was saying it to some people, they're like, what do you mean green? How do you get your alcohol green? And I was like, well, there are lots of ways to get lots of things green.
Definitely.
I was initially going to make a green smoothie and then add some special drink to it, but I decided to just make a green tea. This is Tulsi green tea by Organic India. It's one of the teas that I absolutely love. So I steeped it. I drank some of it, of course. I made it into kind of like an iced tea. And then I just added some vodka to it just for you guys for this happy hour. All right, 30 Mommy, what did you do for yours?
So I actually used some Natalie's cold press. I didn't make anything. Natalie's cold press green juice. And it has a celery, cucumber, lime, apple, holy basil, which I'm not sure, aloe vera, jalapeno, and sweet basil. I put half a bottle of this with a little bit of pineapple juice and some Kettle One Botanicals vodka, which I have like a replenish green juice cocktail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So there are lots of different ways you can infuse some green into your drink. My husband has been doing smoothies all week. His goal was to eliminate sugar this week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but he said the week is over. Now he's going to be a pig. Go figure.
Yeah. And another green drink that I like, I really love pistachio ice cream. So I like making milkshakes, and adult milkshakes are the best. So that's something I probably do with my kids probably this week since we were inside. I'll make a batch of pistachio milkshakes and then spike mine.
When you said and spike yours?
So
you know what? We went to the market, and that was one thing that we did not buy, surprisingly. Ice cream. And I don't like flavored ice cream. I only buy vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I like anyway. So
it was vanilla bit. I was like thinking about green drinks. So.
Oh, that's true. Got it. That's true. Yeah. That's true. But we should probably introduce ourselves. Did we do that? Because I don't remember.
You just scared everybody, and now.
Right. Okay. So let's go back and introduce ourselves. I've already told you why I'm wearing this lovely getup. It's available if anybody would like to borrow it. Just let me know. Philadelphia area, of course. So I am Tamika Talks, the mouth of IG, and I'm the thought leader at Life in Pumps, where I bring things to you: wellness, entertainment, and lots of travel. And I'm based in the Philadelphia area.
You said that. No more tea for you.
Yeah.
I am Cherie, 30 Mommy, wife of 1, mother of 3, based in New York City. Oh, what was that?
You said what?
Oh, I thought I heard like a playback. So
oh, you did. I was
parenting, family travel, education, a little bit of everything.
Okay. All right. Cool. So once again, like I said before, we're wearing these cool get-ups courtesy of Zach's. So we also have a bow tie. As you see, you can see hers. You can't see mine because my hair is so long. And we received some insulated tumblers. Perfect if you get the opportunity, because at this point, all the St. Patty's Day celebrations have been canceled. But I am sure people will find ways to go out and celebrate together. So I've got to take this get up off because it is so hot.
But these are, so it's metallic. And is it stainless steel? I feel like it is.
It's considered stainless steel.
Yeah. And then the rocks cup actually has a cover. And what I was telling her is that I really like the cover because you can slide it closed, so nothing gets in. So I can hang out on the porch and have my drinks and don't worry about bugs.
I have to worry, right? And the other thing is that some of them, the lids are interchangeable. So on my wine tumbler, and then I also have this one with the handle, which is going to be like one of my favorite ones. I love the handle, and I can fit 25 ounces in there.
Wow.
Yeah. Some of them, depending on the size of the mouth, you can, interchange the tops. But I highly suggest you check them out. Zach's has other really great designs. They recently sent me the Star Wars ones, which I was so excited about. So if you've been watching any of my lives on my channel at Life and Pumps, you've totally seen me drinking from my Chewbacca or my R2-D2 mug. I got that from Zach's. They tried to bring out something with each of the characters, and they're very big on Disney items, and you guys know how I feel about Disney. But what we're doing today, of course, is our virtual happy hour, which generally we do it on Facebook. We're trying to make sure that we get an opportunity to check in both with our community on Facebook and our community on Instagram. So we started off literally telling you guys why we were wearing this. If you're watching the replay, we've already done our introductions. And the other thing is we wanted to share with you some green-inspired drinks. We realized that, with the coronavirus going around, not everybody is going to have the opportunity to. Sorry, I think my computer's getting ready to die.
Oh no.
Yeah, let me just tell somebody to bring my charger.
Well, let me keep going.
So, yes.
Okay. Since a lot of people may not be able to get out and celebrate St. Patrick's Day, there's ways to celebrate it at home, and you don't have to be Irish to celebrate.
Exactly. And I think you should. One thing I like about it is I love how, it talks about good luck, hence the clovers on our eyes. And at this point in time, not only do we need God, we need lots of luck with what's going on.
So community and just getting together. Like we're all one. You know what I'm saying? Like we just need to come together a little bit more, especially in these times.
Yes, absolutely. Agreed. Someone's coming to bring me my charger.
Who's coming?
I need my computer charger. It's plugged in next to the chair. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I have some hair floating in my mouth, guys.
That's your beard. That's your beard hair. Get your beard hair.
It's my beard hair. It's literally like all in my
some really easy ways to make some green drinks are she made green tea. I used a cold pressed juice. There are green drinks. There's like that big, I forgot the brand, Bolt has a nice green drink that it's in a really big big container. There's milkshakes made with pistachio ice cream or vanilla milkshakes that you kind of dye green. And what else?
I mean, there are a lot of different things. Like I was stating how my husband this week has been doing green smoothies. So initially I was going to just make a kale drink, add some banana, and then I was just going to add an adult beverage to it of my choice. Lately I've been drinking a lot of vodka because, we are technically supposed to be keto friendly. I'm not doing very good at it. And I'm not going to lie. I was in Palm Springs. I was on the West Coast eating. Oh my God. Like, I didn't even want to think about what I was eating. The good thing I can say about what I was eating while I was on the West Coast is that you have a lot more options for healthier food than you do on the East Coast. So I do feel like I was getting better grades of junk, but I was totally eating junk. Like, I know.
Good junk. Okay.
Yeah, I was. And I was actually supposed to start a detox, but that didn't happen. I did have some detox tea, but yeah, that was that. So you said what?
You put vodka in your detox.
That's cool, right? right? But we want to know what is happening in your neck of the woods and how are you dealing with this coronavirus? I don't know if you've been glued to the TV or Twitter or just the internet in general, just trying to stay abreast of these constant changes. So for me, let's see, they first announced. So my daughter had off from school one day, and I kind of was like, well, what's going on? And she had said, oh, somebody at school was coughing, and it was rumored that she had the coronavirus. Now, you know how kids are. And so I'm like, what? So, of course, that wasn't the case. I think the little girl just was coughing. But apparently she had returned from somewhere not in the country. So parents were like, oh, wait a minute, pump the brakes. So she didn't go to school that day. The next day, my son didn't have school. So I just kept both of them home. I really feel like my daughter's I feel like they've only gone to school maybe 2 days this week. I made the decision that, you know what, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Let me just keep you home while we figure out what is happening. And that's pretty much what we did. Hours later, I feel like, maybe hours later, the governor of Pennsylvania came on and basically he quarantined my entire county. And so some people are like, well, how does he quarantine the county? And I said the same thing because we border other counties, of course, and a lot more people probably live in work in the county than live in the county, if that makes sense. Yeah. Part of it was because there was a doctor who they discovered was tested positive, and he had treated 24 patients that day, and 24 juvenile patients, not just adults, but children. So they were really concerned about, just taking control and figuring out the best way to handle it. It escalated. Now they found more cases. And so more recently, the city schools have closed, which, I have mixed feelings about. It's good and it's bad. I'm hoping, and I keep checking in that there is a plan of action to take care of children who depend on not only school lunches, but being at school during the day to stay warm. Yes, it is not very cold here, but I would not want to just be out on the street all day. Hoping that at some point I get to go into the shelter. So I am hoping that, they're making some provisions, be it maybe they open one of the community centers and let people kind of hang out in there. But then, what happens if someone tests positive? Just thinking about it is giving me a headache. This pandemic is really out of control. And when you look into it more, and you realize just the historical aspect of what is happening, had we had a pandemic team, we would not be where we are right now. And the reason why our officials are making these decisions, left, right, things are constantly changing, is because it's hitting people and people were not prepared. Yeah. I mean, they were not prepared. Yeah. And so now everybody is trying to play catch up to get ahead of this. I don't know if it's the same thing as going on in New York, but everybody's buying all the toilet paper. So, I kind of haven't figured that out yet, what that's all about.
My mother-in-law is like, we need toilet paper. I'm like, we have. Like, like a pack, like a container. And she's like, no, we need toilet. So, girl, I can't find it. I go online, nothing on Amazon, nothing on Target, nothing on Walmart. I was like, oh, my God. I went to Staples online, nothing. I was like, whoa. And then I found Office Depot, I think, and I put it in the cart, and it was like, great, I'm going to get it delivered. It's delivered Monday, April 13th. I was like, what?
I believe it.
So my husband's like, oh, we have, I forgot what he said, we just have to shower. I'm like, how does that work?
You keep watching.
I don't know. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, it's alarming.
Yes.
That. And then here's the thing. They're buying all the toilet paper, but there's plenty of bars of soap. So I'm confused. Like, if you are releasing your bowels that much, you need to shower and wash with soap, not that good old body wash, soap.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm really concerned. Like, literally, I went to Target yesterday. I usually keep really small bottles of Lysol. Like, I have them in my purse. I take them with me on flights, along with wipes, and I wipe off. So that's always been what I did, whether there was an epidemic or not. Mm-hmm. And so I'd given someone the small bottle of Lysol because she didn't have any. So I was like, oh, here, you can have this. I'm thinking I can run somewhere and get another bottle. Mm-hmm. No. So luckily, I do have some big bottles at home. And so that's a good thing. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, I went into Target and the girl's like, we don't have any. She's like, we don't have sanitizer. She says, we're keeping our little sanitizers inside our pockets as opposed to letting them dangle in case they drop. We're afraid that someone's going to pick them up. I'm like, my God, what have you guys been doing previously? And then I told the one girl, I was like, buy you some isopropyl rubbing alcohol and put it on your hands. I said, that's really all sanitizer is a gel and alcohol. I said, put it on your hands. I said, you can buy plenty of bottles of that. And then I've been loving all the memes where people are like, what happened to all you DIYers who are making everything and now you're buying up all the Clorox?
Or like all the, or getting like natural, like I'm going to use this.
Here's the thing.
Essence of flour.
But the thing about it is this. We're not using those things expecting it to kill a pandemic virus. Mm-hmm. That's not the expectation. The expectation is there is no virus, that the area is already not necessarily clean, but it needs a cleaning.
Yes.
So Clorox is like, and I'm telling people get the medical grade one because that's what really works. So I actually have medical grade wipes that I got when I was at the doctor's office a while ago. I was trying to do something, and so I needed some wipes. And she's like, "Here, take this." And I was like, "Okay, thank you." But yeah, I'm just wondering, like, how are people handling it? What are you doing? So for us this weekend, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be totally going stir crazy. I am not used to being in the house, and I think what makes it worse is being in and like not supposed to be going out. And so the whole idea of being told I can't go out is making me want to go out even more.
Well, here in New York, it's we are not isolated yet. I guess we're not quarantined yet, but there's pockets of people. I've been sick for the past couple days. I've been coughing, and so I just have decided to stay in just to make sure I'm safe and everybody else around me is safe. And it's been very hard being inside. So we did stock up on food, and we have lots of food and snacks. And then my two kids are now home. Two-thirds of the boys are home from school. One with no return date, and one's supposed to go back next week, but we'll see. So it's just definitely been crazy. And then just like looking out, and my husband went like out to the city, and he's just like, wow, it's so quiet. Like I drove through Times Square and it was quiet. Like
it's creepy.
Eerie. Yeah, it's very.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's totally eerie. So yesterday, my daughter wanted to go to a play, and I'm like, you keep wanting to go out and do these things like there's no coronavirus going on. She went, and I was like, you better wash your hands. You better not hug nobody. I gave her all these different rules. I was like, if somebody coughs, throw a wipe at their face. And so she went, and I picked her up, and on the way home in an area that, it's not really, really busy, but on a Friday night, people are usually out there at dinner. They're doing this, they're doing that. I drove through traffic like it was nothing. Then I got to this one part of the block, and it was really a little spooky. There was an electrical van in the middle of the block. He was doing something, and then at the top of the block was another electrical van, but they were unmarked, and then the police were there, and I was like, what is going on? And I meant to post in the little community group to figure out if anybody knew what that was all about. I forgot. I'm gonna have to do that when I get off, because I'm all about the conspiracy theory. I'm like, what's going on? I need the details. But it was very, very strange to just be out and to see nothing. Now, I live around the corner from one of the largest mall in the U.S., and they showed pictures of it today because the mall decided not to close. They left it up to the retailers inside the mall if they wanted to close, but the mall was going to remain open. Mm-hmm. And I saw they were interviewing people who worked in some of the stores at the mall, kind of asking them how they felt. And of course, most of these people are hourly people, and they're like, well, I got to come to work. I need the money. Yeah. My bills, the bills got to get paid. And so I think that's part of the reason also why some of the retailers probably decided to stay open, because they still had to pay to be in the mall. You still got to pay that rent. And I guess they wanted to pay the employees. I don't know. But she was like, one girl was just like, I came in, and she's like, I doubt if we'll see any customers. And so then the news guy went into the mall, and I've never, ever, ever seen literally that few. Like there was like one person walking in the mall, one person. I was like, what the store should do is have a massive sale. People will come and shop if there's a sale. Like people will be like, forget the corona. I'm serious. Like, listen, if the Louboutin store is like 50% off, come get you some shoes. I'm gonna be like, what corona? Move over. I'm gonna be spraying everybody or whatever. But no, seriously. So it's just crazy to see that it's a ghost town like that. We did go to Barnes and Nobles today. My daughter had to meet her friend, and I decided that I needed to get me some books. And I'm doing a book club thing, so I needed to get my book for that. And there were people in there. There were quite a few kids running around, of course. And then what was so funny is the cashier, he started coughing, and everybody in the store stopped and looked like, bruh, what's going on? It was so funny.
No, that's not
So
okay.
we get to the counter, and I'm like, do you have Apple Pay? Because, online they're saying don't use cash, pay with Apple Pay if you
Yeah.
can. So that way you don't have to touch their hand. And he's like, oh, sure, sure. So I pay with Apple Pay. He puts the books in the bag. We get home. My daughter's like, what do you want to do with these books? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, he touched them. I was like, oh my God. So we laid them on the floor and we sprayed Lysol. I was like, are we really Lysoling books? I was like, is this what we've come to? But you know what? Yes, this is what we've come to. And so, you got to do what you can to stay safe. So I am going to get lots of reading done this weekend. I actually have 3 books. I'm actually reading. I started one earlier. It's called, what is it called? She Came to Slay. It's the story of Harriet Tubman. And it's very interesting. In the first couple chapters, she talks about, you said she came to slay. I know, right? It's exactly. So when they told me that was the selection, I was like, what? You're talking about Beyonce? And she's like, no, it's the story of Harriet Tubman. I was like, Mentor? Moses? I was like, what? So, but here's the thing. I get it. So in the first 2 chapters, I already get the whole idea behind the title. And of course, it's catchy. So if you write a book, you want it to be catchy so people want to come in. But what I like is that literally right off the bat, she starts dispelling a lot of the myths. You know how they talk about how she walked through how she walked through the war, and it was like the bullets was just bouncing off of her. That never really happened. Like, come on, let's be realistic. That type of thing does not happen. So I like that in the book, she's dispelling a lot of the myths, and she's really, really, really talking about her story. And she talks about how much research she did to really be able to get all this information, and that's how she's presenting it. So it's pretty good so far. I'll let you guys know what I think of it. I don't even know when the next book club meeting is. I'm assuming it's in April, but I really don't know. But I will have the book read by then. And the other thing that we're going to do tomorrow is I'm participating in this program with the Rodale Institute, and it's about clean water. So I want everybody to go to, can you see that? Yes. growcleanwater.org and take the pledge for clean water. And basically, depending on the amount, if you make a monetary donation, they will send you a kit. Even if you don't make it, they will send you something. And so in my kit, it came with this little bag, which is a snack bag that's eco-friendly. It came with a map, some stickers, and then what I love is that it also came with this little pod.
A map of
to make, huh?
A map of what?
So it's just like a little map where it talks about like the process that the farmers go through, and it has little stickers where you can move the little different, like you can move the wheelbarrow, you can put fruits and vegetables like under the ground. It's just a cute little activity to do with the kids. And it really shows the process of why we need clean water for the dirt. Like, it's really cute. It's really cute. And then this is the planter that they gave me, this little mini planting kit, which is compostable, of course. And it's to grow organic basil. So I was supposed to go to Home Depot today and get some dirt, but I forgot and didn't get off at the exit. So I'm actually going to run there tomorrow. I'm going to get some dirt and I'm going to plant it, and I'll show you guys how great my basil grows. I really, really, really want to do an indoor garden. It's been on my list, and I feel like, you know what? I ain't got nothing but time these next 2 weeks. I might as well get some things started. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to try to play some games this week in addition to playing on my Cricut. What are you doing?
So I'm not growing any indoor basil. We are probably going to try to get some cleaning done. We're going to do a lot of cooking together. I feel like there is, I have like a base recipe for muffins, and we kind of throw those in there. So like there's all this candy. We'll like break candy up and make like candy bar muffins, and we eat them throughout the day. So I usually will make a batch when I'm home. So I feel like I'm going to do a lot of that.
And what kind of muffins are they?
I just have like a basic recipe that's like oatmeal, flour, and
Oh, so they're not like flavored muffins, like blueberry.
not like
Oh, okay.
So like coconut flakes or pieces of M&Ms or chocolate chip bars, or, like chocolate chips or raisins or whatever I can find, I'm gonna throw in there.
I understand. Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, throw it in there. And I know there's like a bunch of applesauce. Just gonna
Hmm.
dump it in there, and yeah.
I
So
actually really like applesauce and baking because it was a good way to take the place of sugar.
yes.
So I
So
do like that. Yeah. And I actually have to go to Whole Foods tomorrow because I am out of my ultra organic Valley milk. So I need to get some. And my daughter wants the chocolate milk. So
good.
we're definitely going to do that tomorrow. There was
Yeah,
something else that we were supposed to check in on. So we talked about St. Patty's Day. We gave you guys some green drink ideas. We
Oh, and
will
I have a
make
list of where is it? A list of
games. Yeah.
classic games that I'm going to be playing. I opened up our game closet. We don't get to play as much as I would like. So here are 10 games that are in my closet that we're going to dust off that can definitely take a while. So Jenga, of course, not really a board game, but we love Jenga. Monopoly, because Monopoly takes forever.
Monopoly for 2 weeks.
The game of life. I didn't realize how long that game was. So the boys wanted to play, and I was just like, I'm so tired. I don't play anymore. Perfection, and Hungry Hungry Hippos. So
These are like the classic games we played as kids.
We have classic games in this house, and like we don't play them as much as we should. Twister, if they want to start getting kind of crazy, let's get them out of here. Scrabble, I like playing Scrabble with them. Shoots and Ladders.
I love that game as a kid.
Operation 7, Connect 4, Trouble, and Mousetrap. I think that's.
Oh wow! Okay, those are some good ones. Yeah, so we will probably do some board games too. We have some more newer ones. I don't think I have any classic games here. I think they're all at my parents' house. I know because when we go there during the holidays or just if family's there and we're there, it's often something that we pull out. And these are games that I played with as a kid. So yeah, they're still at my parents' house. So what we'll probably do is I do have some newer games. And I also have some card games. We'll do like Uno. I feel like this week is probably a good week to teach. You said what?
Have you tried Dos?
Yes, we have that. We have that too. Yeah, because we bought the pair set from Target. Oh, cool. Okay. I feel like this is a good week to maybe teach my son how to play spades. You know, he is a junior in high school. You know, I feel like everybody going into college should know how to play spades. I feel like it's a must.
I learned in high school.
Right, exactly. So I feel like it might be time. So we'll probably try and do that. You know, we have like I even have like kiddie games like Go Fish. So I have games that I usually put in little gift bags that I make for kids, like especially my daughter's little friends at birthday parties and stuff like that. And I still have extras that I just never use. So I was like, oh, it's a good time to pull some of that stuff out. The other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna finish getting these closets in order.
Oh,
yeah, I know. And I feel like we're gonna do 30 minutes every day. And then we'll switch and do something else. And I feel like that's going to be the best way to get it done because now the problem previously had been we would start and we wouldn't have the opportunity to finish because either I was leaving, they had something going on or to do. But now we are literally all activities have been canceled for the next 2 weeks. So no one has anything on their calendar that we can't change. So
I like that 30-minute timer. We're going to clean for this 30 minutes.
Yep. And then you could do something else. Yes, absolutely. And so the kids starting on Monday are going to be doing like online school.
Yeah. Well, one of my boys has a full day from 9:30 to 3.
Oh, yeah.
Break every 10 minutes. Not every period he has a 10-minute break. So he has to sit in front of the computer and he has to do his music lessons and everything via the
Wow. Yeah. So my understanding is the way I'm not sure how it's working with my son's school, and I need to read the email again. But with my daughter's school, you know, they do classes on A day and B day, and what happens is they have to check in at the start of the period with the teacher. And some of the teachers have made it available where if they're having problems, they can get into a Google chat with the teacher or a group Google chat, and she'll teach a lesson if need be. But the idea is really that whatever it is that they're doing is something that they can pretty much read and kind of do on their own. So from what I saw, it looks like, you know, they'll check in at the start of the period. They'll do what they need to do. And then, you know, then they'll check out at the end of the day. So basically, that's kind of the plan that's going to work for the next 2 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. And, you know, that's why we had to leave the house because she had let one of her friends borrow her computer charger and she only had 8%. And I was like, well, you got to go get that because you need it. So yeah, it should be fun. It'll be interesting to see. And I'm actually kind of gonna, kind of look over her shoulder doing some of it to just see how they're handling it and if it's real work or kind of like fluff work.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting
Well,
to see.
what I liked is that you had shared out a list of um, websites.
Oh, I did. Yes.
Going through them, and they're not all free. But I actually have compiled like a list from that list of things that are like fully free. Sign up for this, sign up for that, and there's a lot of music things on there.
Oh, nice.
So,
So you
yeah,
said they weren't all free because initially, okay, so maybe
add to that doc too.
you said what?
It's an open Google Doc, so people can add to it, right?
I didn't think anybody. I thought it was locked.
I don't know, but like they technically weren't all free. So I was going through
That's
like
interesting because from where I got it, they were all supposed to be free. So I'm wondering if maybe it hadn't been updated, whatever the thing is. But a lot of that it was supposed to be free for like 30 days. Yeah, like how Zoom is giving educators and everybody a free chat conference line to do their stuff. They were opening these services up so that parents would have things to do with their kids. And they were supposed to be doing it for 30 days because ideally everybody's not a homeschooler, and if it's not in you, it's not in you. There's no shame in it. So they were trying to give parents options for things to do. And I saw that Google had a lot of different ideas and things that you could do. And so like I get updates every day from Apple News. Mm-hmm. And that's where the list came from. Like it came from Apple News. It was like, hey, here's some things you can do with your family and all of that. So what I'd really like to do is I really want to see like what they're doing in their science classes. So I'm feeling like now is a great time that maybe we can do our raised garden, which is something that's been on my list forever. Maybe I can plant some flowers in the front of the house. Like there's some things that I feel like we can do, after we do our time blocks. Like, okay, now we got some time. Let's do this. Let's do that. I'm still going to have them get outside and run around because I feel like being in the house all day just does not work. I feel like kids, no matter your age, adults, totally need to get out, enjoy the fresh air. Just being cooped in and locked in for extended periods of time is not good just for your mood.
Yeah, not healthy, especially.
Right, exactly. So I'm gonna like open the windows, let the fresh air in. So yeah, we're gonna do some things to try to just make it work.
Yeah, so definitely like you said, just getting outside. I'm sorry.
Got it.
Getting outside and getting some fresh air, getting some vitamin D.
Right, absolutely, because you need it. Yeah, absolutely. So one of my friends, she has a light, and it's a light that she like uses every day because where she lives is not all the sun isn't always shining, and it really helps her mood. And she's like, I need that. She said, I need that in the morning to just help me get on track and get going. And so, generally on Instagram, I do a 7 before 7. And this morning I did like 5 and was like, listen, 5, 6, and 7, I'm going back to bed. It don't matter. Like, ain't no need for me to be up this early. Ain't nobody else up. Ain't got nothing to do, so.
Here's one. And then.
Right, exactly. But what I do want to do is I want to keep the kids on a schedule because I feel like
that's important.
2 weeks down is going to be rough trying to get back into the swing. Mm-hmm. I am not going to require that they get up at 6 like they do if they had to leave the house. But I am going to require, well, actually, I guess I don't even have to because they have to check in at school. So they got to be up by 8. So I am going to have everybody up at 7:30. I'm feeling like maybe what we'll do is we'll eat breakfast together like we used to do when they were in elementary school. And then they can start their day. We can all start our day. So we'll see how that goes because, I might be like, yeah, I'm over it. I'm not cooking another thing because I cooked tonight. I made an amazing stir fry. I love stir fry. It's the best dump meal ever. And I started making it thinking that no one was hungry because no one had said anything. They weren't, they had been eating. Like we bought all this stuff they can make on their own. No sooner than I guess the aroma started rolling through the house, people coming downstairs like, oh, what's for dinner? What? What do you mean? Oh, I'm eating. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So I don't even know what's left. I'm glad I got me a little bowl because I'm sure there's probably 0 left. But I did put some baby bok choy in it. If you guys have never cooked with baby bok choy, you don't know what you're missing. It is a sweet green, especially if you saute it just a little bit. So good. It is. It was so good. And then I used the last of my Perdue chicken So I have to place another order for a bundle. I need to see like how long it'll be before it arrives. I did buy some chicken when I was in the supermarket, but I like the individually packed ones. I felt like they were cleaner. And if I got a clean and handle chicken, I generally don't want to cook it or eat it. So I feel like that'll be a good shift.
Okay. And
but yeah,
is Friday the 13th.
It is Friday.
I was flipping through the channels and the boys are like, we want to watch Friday the 13th. I'm like, I don't think so.
So you know what's funny? I wonder, like, I feel like I should watch it too. And I wonder if I'll be scared. You know what I mean?
I don't think you will. I hope you won't.
Well, here's the thing. And that's what I'm saying. I wonder, like, if the boys would be scared. Because now when you look at it, you're like, they don't even look real.
Yeah, but so, like, that's, like, some of the issue that we have with, like, these scary movies and their dad, who is just, like, another kid. Like, they can't watch that. So, like, I was like, why can't you watch, like, Critters or Gremlins or, you know, I was like, what's the movie with the killers at the sleepaway camp or something? I was just like, you know, or
Scream?
Like, no, there was like, I have to remember the name of it. There was like a camp. Anyway, I'm gonna find out that movie.
Okay.
So, like, it's like that's what we're like always arguing about, like what should be their first horror movies or like what, you know. And it's rough. So I don't know if Friday the 13th is one I would have watched. You know, and I'm trying to think like watching something back, you know, 20, 30 years ago is definitely different than watching something now. Because 20, 30 years ago, things were still censored. Like, I didn't know Beetlejuice had so many curses. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, right?
So it's
crazy, right?
It's definitely a different world.
Yeah, it totally is. Totally. That's not a bad idea, though. I feel like, you know, and so many people, you know, want to censor everything where the kids are concerned. And I get it. And I always say, you know, you do what's right for your kid and try to keep it age appropriate. But something they need to talk about, because if you're not doing it, it's happening at school. So unless they're home with you all the time, you got to do it. So for a lot of people, Onward was a big thing. They're like, oh my God, someone is going to die. I don't want my kids to see that. People die every day. Every day. And
I remember like it wasn't, I mean, yeah, he wasn't there, but I mean, it was a great movie.
It was, right. And so, and that's the thing. And that's what I said to people. I said, you know, and then even Lion King, you know, a lot of people were up in arms about Simba dying. I mean, his dad dying, but it's the circle of life.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, that is something that, you know, it may be uncomfortable but it's something that happens. It's definitely life. And they know that happens, you know, like.
And right. And I'm always like, use it as a moment to talk to your children. Mm-hmm. Like, that's something they can relate to. They're seeing it and then put a spin on it. Like, you know, he died, but he died because he was trying to save his kid. And as your parent, I'm gonna do everything I can to save you. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, it doesn't always have to be so negative. You said what?
You said hopefully not die.
But if I do, that's okay.
What is the learning, like what can I teach you from watching Friday the 13th? Like,
so I feel like the conversation with Friday the 13th is really just about cinematic, you know, like the historical value, I don't want to say historical, but like how classic that movie is and how, you know, as a child, you were extremely scared. Like you couldn't go to sleep. But now with all the technology and the way movies have advanced, I feel like a kid would look at that and be like, this is so stupid. Yeah.
Or like, I was like,
why did anybody hit him?
The birds.
Right. Oh, yeah. Now, see, I don't know. The birds might get you.
Blob. Or I was like, come on, like those things.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, no,
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So we should probably like pick some classic spooky movies.
Or let's make you think about it. Not just people slicing and dicing people up. It's like, wow.
What happened? Yeah. I used to love that. Oh my God. Oh my, I used to love that. And I used to watch the reruns when I was in college. Like, that's how much I really like that. Yeah, but I just feel like, you know.
No, not Psycho. Like, no.
Yeah,
not yet.
Yeah, no. Maybe when they're like teenagers.
Yes, maybe.
And even still, and so here's the thing. I think it depends on your kid. If your kid has been watching scary movies, and it is what it is. But I feel like our children are so advanced now that they would look at our old classic films and be like, "You were scared of that?
Poltergeist.
Why did you pull his mask off? That knife's not even real. She not running." I mean, just think about how now everything is so lifelike. When we saw it back then, it was all grainy. Yeah, I feel that's why I'm like, come on, people, stop it.
We'll start with Poltergeist and the birds and
let's
see.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, what y'all need to be scared of is this coronavirus. That's the virus y'all need to be scared of. But wait, you see, they canceled Disney Dreamers.
They did.
Dreamers Academy.
Are they? Did they reschedule or?
So I haven't seen any updates of it yet. But I was really sad.
Already, right? The kids were there already.
Yeah. So apparently they canceled it in the midst of the first day. I don't even know if the day actually ended. Apparently, some of the speakers
couldn't make it or
couldn't make it. Right. And so I was actually a little surprised. I thought that maybe they would have just in general, but I was happy to see that they were like, look, we're going to do it. And I'm sure they were taking all precautions because, Disney did not want that type of liability. And so I'm hoping they will postpone it and do something different. Yeah. So that the kids can get this opportunity, or maybe next year, maybe 2021's class is 200 students. Hopefully, these kids don't get to miss out on what I see to be an amazing opportunity. Yeah, so I keep
apply.
Right. So I keep checking just to see if there's another update, but I haven't seen one as of yet. I guess they're probably still a little devastated trying to figure out what to do. And so I just figured it was going to go on because, Disney World is closing, but it's not going to close until Sunday. And technically Sunday was their last day. They would have been flying home anyway. So I figured that's probably part of the reason why they did it that way. But I mean, I feel like, when Disney World announced they were closing, I was like, you guys, the world is coming to an end. Hug somebody.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't ever remember a time that Disney closed.
Hey, how you doing?
Elbow bump. So I'm grateful that I was able to experience all that I did while I was on the West Coast. Like, it's crazy just how life just changed. It just totally changed. But yeah, I'm going to be working on my content, kind of share what kind of went on while I was gone for the week and all that kind of good stuff. But I guess that's all we have. We hope you guys.
There's nothing that I'm doing this weekend because everything is kind of shut down. I think my kids may try to get out into go to the park and get some fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe take a basketball or something. But yeah, I mean, I can't even do my list of 5 things I would do in New York this weekend because everything is closed.
Yeah. Broadway, everything. And I mean, it made sense. And it was crazy because, initially the number was 3,000 in Philadelphia, like no gatherings of 3,000 or more. Then it went to 1,000. Then it was like no gatherings of 250 or more. I was like, dang.
No, seven or more people. We're gonna shut it down. But I'm definitely gonna be watching a lot of Netflix and Disney Plus. And have you seen the show with what's that guy's name? Jeff Goldblum.
No, what show? I like Jeff Goldblum too.
On Disney Plus. I'm gonna look it up. The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
No, I love him.
You have to watch it. So he has one about denim, so it has the history of denim. And there's one about sneakers. There's one about ice cream. So me and the kids, my husband, we were sitting there watching. It's really interesting because I'm
watching that tonight.
People, you're gonna like it.
Look at you giving me a good recommendation.
Oh, wait, I said good, but you're gonna see. You're gonna be like.
But I like Jeff Goldblum though.
I do too.
Yeah, I really like him. So I feel like it should be good.
But you definitely have to look at that show. So we're gonna watch that. There's another show that we watch. We watch a lot of science things with the kids.
I like science.
I can't deal with that Disney teen stuff. I'm like, oh, I can't watch that. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely.
I saw
things we're gonna watch.
We had a screening here in Philadelphia last week for Little Fires Everywhere. That's the Hulu series that's coming on with Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington. I actually missed it because I was at lacrosse practice, but I heard really good things about it. And I've been watching the trailer, so it looks like it's going to be good. It comes out on Hulu starting next week. So I'm totally going to be watching that. Some of my favorite Ratchet shows are back next week. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, baby. Totally gonna be watching that. And of course, I always watch my Real Housewives. So when I came back home from LA, that's what I was doing all week, catching up on all my shows. So yeah, I'm gonna put out some shows that people should watch while they're down because it'll make you laugh. So stand by for that list, everybody, and we'll make sure we share out the games. We'll also share out other green drinks as we find them because we know St. Patty's Day is coming up, and you're going to be looking for ways to celebrate. Don't forget, check out Zach's, and don't forget to go take the pledge at growcleanwater.org. Guys, happy Friday.
Cheers. Wait, get a cheers.
Cheers.
No, over here. Over here. No, it's too far.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, guys. We will see you all next week. Stay safe. Bye.
Yep. Wash your hands.
Yes, a lot. Use soap. And leave that toilet paper in the store.
Moisturize. Please send me some toilet paper.
Bye.